In this video, we're going to go even deeper into Blueprint. We're going to learn how to make function, events, comment, and globally organize the blueprint so that whenever we do blueprint project, it still is easy to work with. And we're going to use what we learned to improve on the platform we did on the previous video. So in the previous video, the platform was going up, and now what we want is a platform that can go to a position and then come back to the start position so that we can start building gameplays with a platform that can move back and forth. Let's get started. Okay, so once the project is open, we're gonna go and continue this platform. So what we want to do is now we want the platform to stop there, and we want this to be a configuration that we can change. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here right now. Let's go into the blueprint, and we're going to add something here, and it's going to be a scene here component. Okay, stop point, and then we compile, and then we save, and then we go back here. So here we're going to have that stop point, and that stop point is a child of our actor. So what we can do is we can move it up and place it roughly where we want the platform to stop. So what we're going to say is we're going to go back to that code in the blueprint that moves the platform, and we're going to say if your distance with the stopping point is less than 1, then stop. Now in the blueprint, we're going to create two variables. So the first one here is going to be they're both going to be vectors. And we're going to store the start position and the end position. We need those variables because whenever we're here, if we move the actor, then the stop point is going to also move. Sorry, I think I moved the mesh here. But if I move the platform here, which is the actor, then the stop point move also. So on begin play, we're going to have to keep a reference to that position of where we're going. So that's what we're going to do here. Here, it's going to give us a chance to explore a new event, which is the begin play, which, as I said in a previous video, it's the equivalent of the start function in Unity. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set our start position because we want at some point to maybe make the platform go back and forth. So we're going to need a reference when we start of where we are in the world. So we're going to right click here, get actor location. There it is. Let me just move that around and plug this here. So we're going to set the start position, and right away we're going to also set the end position. And the end position is equivalent to the world position of the stop point. So we're going to do this, get world location, and then put it here. Okay, so now we have a reference of where we should go. Now, what we want to do here is we want to say in this stick function, move until you are at a certain distance of your end position. Okay, so we're gonna see for the first time how to do in Blueprint if statement. So if statement are called branch. There we go. So now we can plug that here, and we say it's true. We go here, and false. We do nothing. And this is a condition. So we're gonna have to create a condition. Our condition is that your new location, your distance from the endpoint, is greater than 1. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to say greater, and we're going to plug this here. Sorry, not it's not the right one here. We're going to say let's take that get end position distance. That's what I want. There we go. We can control click and plug it back here, and we want to plug this one. So we want the distance between the end position and wherever my actor is going to move to be greater than, let's put it to 1. And then we plug that here. Okay, so this way, the actor is not going to move if he's in a certain distance, which is 1 of the end. So let's test that. So back in the map, I'm gonna hit that play button, and then I'm gonna jump on that platform, and it should stop where I set that point. And there it is. Boom. And then I can go here. Okay, so we this is working now. One of the thing I don't really like with Blueprint is that it gets messy. So just this part is pretty messy. So the way you can see Blueprint is whenever you do this, you're inside the tick function. So whatever you plug to here is the equivalent of writing the code exactly inside the tick function. So it can get messy if you just chain all those calls together, and it gets pretty big. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little bit of cleanup before we make that platform go back. Now, in order to clean up right now, we're going to collapse this into functions. So one thing we're going to do is we have a check right here that checks if we still have distance to cover. So you can select the nodes that represent that check, and then we can right click and we can do collapse to function. And then it's going to create for us a new function that we can just plug in here and plug in here. So it takes the input that were in the nodes and output the last node. So we can rename that. Let's go in here and we say should actor move. So or let's say right, oh, sorry, I'm going to go here. So if you go inside here, you can go back to the event graph. I'm going to rename this at some point because I think like it should be more akin to something like is there a distance to cover still? So right now, if we do this, if you go inside here, you will have the same thing that we just wrapped. So right now we have should actor move. It takes a v1, it calculates the distance, and it says if the distance is greater than -1, then yes, you should move. Okay, so that's simple. And then we're going to go back in our event graph here, and we can do the same thing with this. We can say calculate new position. So let's go here. Let's collapse the function. We're going to do this. Put it here. Put it here. Let's go. And then we're going to rename it. Calculate new location. There it is. Okay, so it's going to take self. This one is pretty, it doesn't use any input, but it has the output of the new position. So if I go back to my event graph here, I'm having something here that is a little bit more neat, but there's one thing I still don't like. So I would like to align my nodes, and I would like for this one to kind of not cross behind this node. So what you can do, you can select all the nodes, and you can do Shift W. It's going to align top. You can do it with bottom, and you can do it with left, right, with A and D, but I'm going to go for top. And this one, if you double click, it's going to create you an anchor that you can put somewhere here to have it just go underneath. That way you kind of see the flow a little bit more cleanly. So there we go. With that, we have a little bit of a cleaner blueprint, looking blueprint, and then we have seen how to make function. So now let's test that we haven't broke any behavior, but everything should still work the same. So if I go here, it should stop at the top, and there it is. And I can still get here. So we've made that blueprint a little bit more cleaner, and we've seen how to make functions. Now, we want the platform to go back. So let's start by adding a couple of variables that we're going to need to track this. So at first here, we're going to add a new Boolean variable that is going to be is going forward. Is going forward. That's not going to help us track if right now we're going from the start position to the end position or the opposite. And now the destination is relative now, because when you're at the end, you want to go back to the start, and when you're at the start, you want to go back to the end. So we're going to need to track that in another variable that we're going to name target location. Okay. So now that we have that, we can come over here and we want to initialize those. So the target location, target location here at the beginning, it's going to be set to the end position because we want the platform to go from start to end at the beginning. And then is going forward is going to be set to true. So that's for the initialization. For now, that's all we need to do in there. Now, if we go here, I'm going to compile and do a start, because if we go here, I could have just said is going forward, set it to true by default, but I prefer to do it in this way. It's a little bit more easy to read. Now, what we want to do is that if we are, if we can't move, that's mean we are at destination, we want to swap those, we want to change the target location. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say get, and we're going to branch here. And we want to check, okay, was I going forward right now? If so, then you're going to set the target location to the start position because we want to go back. And otherwise, oops, sorry. Otherwise here, if it's false, that means I was going backward, then I want to set it back to the end position. So get and say here. And in each case, we want to toggle the going forward. So here we're going to say set is going forward. And then if we were going forward and then we're going back, that means we want to set it to false. And in here, we want to set it to true. So that way, this is going to reverse the target location for us to make sure that when we reach one destination, we go to the other one. Now, next thing we need to do here is change that should actor move, because right now it's always calculating our distance from the end position, but now it should calculate from our target location, because the target, the location we want to calculate the distance from changes whenever we swap direction. So here, let me go back into the event graph. We changed this here. Here, it's the same thing. Now, we always move in the same direction. We move our y-axis to the speed. By the way, this should also be multiplied by the delta time, and we're going to fix this right now. So what we want to do is first, let's bring that delta time. So when you're in function, so you double click on function, you can go into input here and you can add some input. What we want is a new float param that we're going to call delta time. So that delta time here, we're going to use it to multiply our speed. So let's do this like this and do multiply. I'm going to bring it here, and then here what we want to do is right now we want to get in which direction we are moving, multiply it by the speed, and then add it to the position of the actor. So right now we want to collapse node. So no, not collapse node, sorry, it's not. It's break node links. There we go. So that brings it back to what it was before, so that we could do right like this. And now what we want to do is we want to get the direction of where we're going. So we're going to get that target location, and we're going to do one minus the other. So minus the other one. And then this is going to be multiplied here. Whoops, sorry, multiply. In fact, no, we need to normalize it first. Normalize it, because we want just the direction, right? We don't want the whole length of the vector. We just want to generate direction to multiply it by the speed. Again, I'm going to do a double click on the line to kind of rearrange things here and put it here. And then this is going to be multiplied together. So let's go in here, multiply. I want to take that one here, and the result of that multiplication, which is the general direction times the speed, we're going to add to the actor location. And then this is what's going to get outputted into the for the position of the actor, the new position. And with that, the platform should be able to go back and forth. In fact, one small change that I forgot to do is that here we need to use that event tick to put it into our new calculate position, because otherwise that delta time is always going to be 0, and whenever we go inside here and multiply by the speed is always going to be equal to 0. And now that we have some accurate speed, we can bump this. So I'm going to go to 75 because that's going to be, I think, a little bit better. Now let's play it and let's go up. Now when that platform reaches that position, it should revert its direction, change its target location, and then go back down. And it does. So that's pretty cool, because right now we have a basic gameplay element where that platform can go back and forth between 2 points, and it isn't the most exciting games, but we can now make it a little bit more into levels. So let's try this. We're going to move this here, and then we're going to duplicate that platform, and we're going to say let's go here like this. So I'm going to put this in this view here. Let's go here. Okay, cool. Yeah, it seems like it's a line. Let me put it a little bit closer, not too. And then what I want to do now is I want to go to this, because what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to take a stop point, and we're going to change it. So right now, let's take that red arrow right here. And here I want to be able to see it. So right now it's way too up. So we're going to make it closer here. Yeah, that seems about right. It seems to be a position, but oh yeah, but no, because like the platform this is going to be the middle of the platform. So let's put it like around here. In fact, it should kind of keep the same as the parent here. So no, in fact, yeah, this should be 0. That's basically what 0. So that's fine. Okay, cool. So now if we go back here and we press play, this platform is still going to be able to move and go towards the other direction. And now I'm kind of missing it. Oh no, I couldn't make it. But now this is something we can play test. We can say, okay, this platform actually starts here and starts kind of at the bottom here. Now, do I have time to reach it before it's completely out of the way for me? So it seems like yes, I'm gonna be able to reach it. So let's go here, and then I go here, and those platform, the speed and everything can be changed. So so to kind of like make a little bit of a more interesting level. Now that this is working, let's keep going back here, and let's try to keep this a little bit more clean. So what we want to do here is we want to swap this. We want to kind of wrap this into a function. So what we want to do is basically this. If something is going forward, then we want to swap those things. So let's go and collapse to a function, which is going to take this, and we're going to call it, let's do F2, swap direction. Or we could say set new target location. The new target location. So before I end this video, I just want to show you another feature that is useful in Blueprints, because we're not going to spend too much time on Blueprints. I just wanted us to kind of get a little bit of a feel for it, because we're going to reuse it later. But one other thing that we can do is we can use events. So events in this Blueprint, or for a matter of fact in Unreal Engine, are the same thing as the delegate in Unity. So here event tick is an event, and begin play is one too. But we can create our own custom event. So we're going to do add custom event here, and then we're going to say on platform reach target location. There we go. So this is an event that you can listen to. So what I want to do is I want to rewire this here so that it becomes an event. And to me, this looks a little bit more clean. But then we just need to call the event. So I can go here and say on platform target reach target location and the call function. And there we go. So this makes it so you can have part of your blueprint in some location and other parts here. And then you can do some comments. So if you override this and you do C, you can add comments. So you can say here, swap the destination of the platform. There you go. And we could go here. Let's do Shift A to make sure that they are aligned this way, or we could align them the other way, but I prefer to have align them here. They're all neatly like this. So I'm going to do here, I'm going to do C, and I'm going to say move the platform towards destination, target location. Let's say the target location. There you go. Here I'm going to say swap the target location of the platform. And here we could, if we want to, it's not necessarily, but we could wrap all of this in a comment and say initialization. Let's go, initialization. So that's kind of initializing our variable. So that way you can already see that it's a little bit more readable. We can also click on this and delete it since we're not going to use that event. And then we could, we could, I think we could align those like this, but we're going to need to move this here. There we go. And here, let's put this one in there. And then let's do, in fact, I'm just going to move all of this towards here. And I'm going to take this, this, and this, and do Shift A to align them. There we go. So that to me is it's not that bad. It's pretty easy to read. The comments help to kind of see what's going on with those nodes, and it makes it a little bit more easy to work. But still, we're going to see in the upcoming videos how we can make this even more powerful by creating C++ classes. There it is for our Blueprint video. So I think as of now, we have learned enough about Blueprint to be able to kind of move on from that subject. And I hope it kind of helps you prototype games quickly, as I would think it does, because Blueprint are a powerful tool, but sometimes you need that C++ code to kind of supplement this or have something more performant. So in the next video, we're going to start and probably redo the same platform, but we're going to do it in C++ from scratch. So you're going to be able to kind of compare what code needs to be in the Blueprint and what code needs to be in a C++. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.